Welcome to the Featured Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Jack.
And I'm Rick.
And today we are going to be talking about the Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows, which was Rick's choice for this week.
Indeed it was.
Indeed. If you want to hear the pre-show where we were talking about Chainsaw Man and the lore behind it and around it, and you want to hear a part of that conversation, patreon.com/featured anime podcast. $8 a month will get you access to that bonus content. And now on to the meat and potatoes. That the Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows is produced by Movic, Tokyo MX, Studio Masu, just to name a couple of them. The studio is Makaria. It aired from April 2025 through June 2025. The genres are action, adventure, fantasy, harem. The source material is a light novel and is 12 episodes long. Now, in the kingdom of Hersith, healing magic is tightly controlled by the state, and only those with official licenses can practice it. A system that shuts out anyone basically born without money or access to a formal education. That's where Zenos actually comes in. He's who is poor, but a very resourceful individual who taught himself kind of magic, everything about healing. He eventually is asked to join a hero's party and later is discarded by them, which is where we first actually meet our hero, is when he's actually being cast out because they don't recognize his abilities and regard him as useless. They left him with nothing besides a coin. After that, he ends up meeting Lily, a slave that he then frees and finds a new renewed purpose in life. He no longer wants to heal people for free. He then opts to open a hidden, air quotes, hidden clinic to treat those society has forgotten about. Mm-hmm. He doesn't care who you are or anything like that as long as you pay. He that's where our story largely begins, along with him gaining gradual reputation, him also gaining the favor of all the major gangs that are in the slums at the exact same time. Even the royal palace ends up taking note of him and, kind of gives him a leeway for the guards, I guess you could say.
Fair enough. Well, where to begin?
Well,
not knowing where to start is my only flaw.
Yeah. It's one of your many flaws. One of your many flaws.
My only flaw.
Yeah, one of your many flaws. Although, granted that, so for those who were not aware, that is kind of the trend for the vice commander of the Royal Knights.
Yeah, she's got so many. It's my only flaw. And then something else happens. Yeah, not being able to do that. It's my really only flaw.
Yeah, but they gave a good reason. She gave a reason why she keeps saying that too. They gave a reason.
Her reason was, being the idea of perfection. I'm only allowed one flaw. Yeah, I guess you're right. They didn't say the flaw had to stay the same.
Yeah, but
so
also
I guess she's limited to one flaw at a time.
Right. Well, not only that, she actually does come to terms and embrace the fact that she has many flaws. So it's again, free to just go straight for that right off the gate. And it's like, oh, this can easily be resolved with this. Come on.
Yeah. Come on. Here's the thing. I looked at that and the entire week I was like, I'm going to say it in my podcast. Like, my only flaw is I read Spark Notes or, something like that. But it fit here. So I used it here.
Sure.
No, this is one of the shows that essentially the main character falls upwards, but I'm okay with it in this particular instance because it's deserved. The guy is able to heal on a level that is unknown, I guess would be unrecognized, unheard of.
Basically,
except for like elite healers and saints. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say exactly that. Is they give him the idea of like, yeah, you kind of, it's like elite or saint level healing, and to be honest, his mentality is every healer can do it. He approaches it with the mentality of, yeah, but you're a healer. Why wouldn't you be able to do this? Why wouldn't you be able to do X? Why wouldn't you be able to just heal it? It's magic. It's supposed to do this. Like, why would you not be able to? And that type of mentality, that type of thought process, I feel is also kind of a very needed approach to healing, right? To magic. Going back to Furin, where your imagination or your own internal limitations are what give you the limitations of it. And I feel that everyone else has a idea of what healing or what specific people and everything else can do. And for him, he's like, why wouldn't you be able to do this?
That makes a lot of sense. There's a book I read years and years ago, Wheel of Time series. If you've ever had the opportunity, highly recommend it. They've made a really horrible adaptation on Amazon that does the book series no justice. However, in that series, you go to a school and you're taught magic, and one of the people in there had a limitation of, well, if it's farther away from me, due to the law of leverage, it should be heavier. And essentially what they were saying is, yeah, you have a boulder you can pick up right here, but if you magic it 200 yards away, lifting it's going to cost that much more magic. It didn't, but it was in his head, and he couldn't get past his own mental block regarding that. Yeah. So when it was just in front of him, he was just as good as everybody else, but distance magic is where he failed horrifically. And then I think it ended up costing the character his life, but that's a whole other thing. But the premise, I believe, remains, because Zeno was not taught limits or restrictions or barriers to success, with the exception of dead. He kind of sees it as, well, this is how it's supposed to work. If it's not working, then it's something I'm doing wrong. I need to fix it.
Yeah.
And he had a teacher that I guess encouraged that thought process. We really don't know much about the teacher, and that actually becomes a really good plot point at the later end of this show. But yeah, the fact that he's able to do healing magic at scale and at complexity, he assumes other regular healers are able to do it, such as, and I saw this in one of the ads for the show, he cuts off an arm only to regrow it.
Mm-hmm. Well, not an ad. It wasn't an ad. It was like episode 2. What?
No, it was episode 2. But when I saw a preview for the show, it was in the.
Oh, yeah.
That. I think
yeah,
the minute-long pre-show thing.
The preview.
The promo. So in there, it shows him cutting off the arm and regrowing it,
right,
in spectacular fashion. But when he does it, he assumes it's just regular. Why would you cause a fuss over that?
Yeah, I'm just cutting off your arm and regrowing it, and that's the constant mentality of it, is that he goes through and he constantly is doing that.
The thing that annoyed me the most about the show was every time he would get close, or someone would get close to just identifying or letting him know exactly how outstanding he is, something would happen, and he would become distracted, or they would stop talking, or they would just become super shy of, the magic you're using is so close to sainthood, it's above anything that we know. And he kept deluding himself into thinking that the rest of the universe, the rest of the people, the healers, had his capabilities, and then beyond some. He kept looking at himself as a really low-level healer.
Yeah, and to be fair, he never really encountered or dealt with any other healers before. That's something you need to keep in mind, is that while he went through and he dealt with that, and he deluded himself, like, why would you not be able to do this, or why aren't they able to do this, why is this not a doable thing? It's because he has never encountered or dealt with or he never went to school or anything like that. The only other healers he knew about were his teacher and the other person that was with him. So
yeah,
so which would be like other healers. And you also have to remember something else too, is the mentality that he has for healing is vastly different from everyone else, because the idea behind it is you're a novice if you can heal one person. You're great if you can heal a group. You're masterful if you can heal the world, or whatever it is. But basically, It's just like overarching massive goal. And so that's the mentality that he has. And I think that, going back to what I had said earlier, is the idea behind his own limitations being himself is that it is quite literally, he has the idea of what a healer should be. And the idea of what a healer should be is someone that can do all those things, because you're healing, you're a healer, you're using magic. Why would you not be able to do this? Like, cut off an arm, regrow. Yeah, it takes a lot of magic. It takes a lot of power to be able to do it. And that is something else that a lot of people, I feel like, probably don't have, is they don't have the ability or the stamina to be able to do magic that large, that complex over a sustained period of time. And the amount of power it takes to do it also, I feel like, is a limitation for a lot of people. So for him, it's not that big of a deal. But if you remember episode, where he's regrowing the arm, he goes, it really tires me out because it takes a lot of magic power.
Yeah, but we really never see his limit. We never really see him run out. So just being tired, resting a little bit, we do?
Yeah.
I mean, against the golem, it really, does that count?
He says, and I quote, I kept just enough magic power to do this, and then he staggers his way back home, and they end up helping him home because he just depleted all his magic. Granted, the ability for him to do that in and of itself is just crazy, because he area heals a whole bunch of people. And then on top of that, he ends up providing magic assistance and healing and status buffs to people, that he then goes on the offensive and uses magic to attack and heal at the exact same time. So, I mean, he does a lot.
It's nuts. He puts in work for sure.
That's the other thing that everyone has an issue with. He has like status boosting magic, or he has defense magic. And the standard train of thought is, why would you not be able to do this? It's basically the same thing. I'm self-taught at this, and it's like I'm kind of self-taught in healing, but the school of thought for both of them is the same. Why would you not be able to do that? And it's like, no, they're completely different. They're not the same thing. Like, one's healing, one's for defense. Like, why would you have this training or know how to do both? And it's like, why wouldn't I know how to do them both?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be a good healer if I'm knocked out of the fight 0.2 seconds,
Yep.
It also goes to the fact that the party that he was with was absolutely horrible to him. So, I mean, I can understand why he would think it's normal, but basically he was taken in from the slums, from essentially a beggar who can heal. And using buffs, learning defense techniques, learning other things, he helped this group become S-class. And then he was kicked out, which is a trope that I've been reading a lot about lately, and I'm kind of tired by, but I digress. Once he left, they found out that the reason they were so awesome was because of his buffs, because of his this, because of his that. We only ever saw it one time. And granted, it was awesome. And then when it happened, I was like, oh, sweet. This is going to be the story from now on. It's not necessarily a shonen, but he's going to fight more. He's going to show off his abilities to be versatile. No, not really. just back to healing, which I guess is the theme of the show. So I can't be too upset by it or disappointed. But it'd have been cooler if he was like, hey, agility boost. Hey, defense buff. Hey, just randomly around, making it make sense. Oh, we got to get across the campus in this sprawling 150-acre campus. How will we ever? Well, all right, agility boost. Let's run. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's jump. Strength boost. Something to make it like everyday life.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing too, and I was just thinking about this, what also sets him apart is that he visualizes and uses a lot of standard medical tools or even futuristic tools to help diagnose, create, and heal. So he has a deeper understanding of the human body, whereas a lot of standard healers don't. And he also has a kind of a working knowledge of being able to turn his magic into the tools that he needs, including scanning, because he even says, why I'm scanning the person. Their general reaction is, why are you scanning them? So I can see what exactly is wrong. Why would you not scan them? Like, what's
yeah.
like, what you just going to blindly look at the guy and go, maybe, kind of, I could probably do this.
Turns out, yeah, that's exactly what they plan on doing.
Yeah.
That's not only what they plan on doing, it's what they teach to do.
Yeah.
Hey, this is what the normal body should look like on the inside before you cut them open.
Yep.
But it also could look like this. And there's on rare occasions, it could look like that. And you won't really know until you get in there.
Yep.
And that's a very scary, iffy kind of practice.
Right.
Will I survive? Well, I don't know. Who do you have today?
Right.
Well, we got a newbie who's got to cut you 8 different ways to Sunday to figure out what's going on.
Right.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
The other thing that they really kind of lean into is that the world is very, very divided, and only elite people, specific people can get healing. They can afford to get the healing. They can afford to do all this other stuff versus everyone else in the slums, where it's kind of you're left to your own devices and you're SOL if you get hurt.
You did see a little bit of world building going on in regard to the economics of what the aristocrats think versus what the slums think, and why they're so different, and why it's important that they fight each other so they don't band together and fight nobility, because nobility does not know how to fight.
Yep. Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it was an interesting concept that in the anime held water, but at the same time, it was an interesting thing that you had 3 leaders, if you will, who were at odds with each other, somehow keeping a balance. And when they each found their own version of a healer, same guy, obviously, they're like, you're on our team now. We're going to kick everyone's butt. We're going to be the only one there. And then when they all clash, it just shows how much more magic capability Zeno has, because everyone kept getting what I assume to be critical wounds that were no longer critical and super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Oh yeah.
And Zeno always says, I'm going to charge you. You're going to owe me. Yeah. I'm going to charge double.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you see my bill. That was basically his catchphrase. Now, I have a theory that's wrong, of course. The only reason that everyone stopped fighting is because they were all in debt and had to go to work.
No. They state why they stopped fighting.
No, I know, but it's funnier.
They stopped it. Come on. I mean, like, they literally could have just wiped out the debt by going and stealing something. Like, remember, one of them's specialty was theft.
Thievery. Yeah. Thievery,
another
gambling.
Thievery, gambling. Yet another one who's basically was a bodyguard for hire. And then another one whose specialty was, I forget what else, but everyone had their own specialty. Everyone had their own unique viewpoint or unique skill set that was usable, right, for them. And that's what that group was known for. So it's not even that they had to go to work and pay for the bill. They just went to some noble's house, ransacked it, took it, and sold, fenced it. And and then paid the bill. So Zenos, here's the other thing, man. Like that guy he has got to be rolling in the money. He has got to be rolling in the money.
You're right. He has to. He started with a gold coin that he was given as a severance package, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I understand the cost of things correctly, that gold coin should have been enough, according to them, to feed him for 3 or 4 months. A single gold coin, right?
I don't remember months.
Maybe years. I don't know. It was supposed to be a long time.
I definitely know it wasn't years, but
okay. For some reason, I could have sworn it was like this. It should be able to house him and feed him for a few months, and then when their party fell apart and they came back looking for him, less than 2 months later, oh, he must have died in a ditch somewhere. Brother, you just said the coin would feed him and house him for months. Again, I'm probably wrong on that, but my interpretation was months. So, like, why do you think he just died? Was he robbed? But again, they did think he was useless, so possibly.
Right. Well, they only gave him one coin.
One gold coin.
Yeah, one gold coin. And the reason why I don't think it would have been months, I think it would have been like maybe a couple of days at best, because when he heals the arm, like he gets $1 million, he's charging $1 million, right? To basically revitalize that arm.
Okay.
To regrow that arm. So it's like, okay, the amount is not crazily like unheard of. It's like, it's $1 million, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. That's the thing. You like how it is in other worlds or in other anime, a lot of them, especially when we're watching a lot of isekai, is you have that currency conversion factor where you can go, where they do that so that way you can get kind of an idea of it. It's like one bronze coin is 100 yen and silver is 1,000 yen and gold is 10,000 or 100,000 yen or whatever it is. So that way you can gain an idea of how much everything is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Here we're not, like we just know that he's charging people. We don't know the amounts. Half the time he's writing it on a piece of paper and showing it to them, and they're getting, shocked by the value or whatever it is, or they're like, I'm not going to pay you or this and that. But then at the same time, they're like, I'll be able to pay you. That's not a problem. And we only hear currency a couple of times throughout here. And then same thing, like when he buys Lily, right? He buys Lily with that gold coin. She's about to die, and they're like, a gold coin, and they scoff at the single gold coin. But they're like, we're getting something. It's better than nothing.
That's true. So I'm not rewatching it, but I did skim through the first episode. This isn't really relevant, and I apologize to what we're talking about right now. I just noticed the last person to knock on their door was the first slave he freed. If the color scheme is meant to be similar. I thought that was cool. I didn't make that connection when I watched it.
Yeah, it also could have been someone else entirely too. That's just similar to
probably the same race, I guess. But.
Yeah. But all, but that's the last episode.
Yeah, the very last, after the credits and whatnot. I rewatched, skimmed through the first episode, and I just was like, hey, that's the same.
Yeah.
So.
Well, also at the end of the last episode, you see the person that you see him training with. You see the 2 other individuals meeting in jail. You see, you see a lot of basically like, we're trying really hard to set it up for a season 2 that may or may not come.
Yeah, they're really trying. I wouldn't mind a season 2. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But I'd much rather a season 2 of No Game, No Life, as I've said many times. And as everyone else knows, because Crunchyroll still April Fools us with that.
No, they don't.
Someone did.
Someone April Fools you, but that's because you
I thought
blindly
it was a popular thing. They must have done it for a few years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so episode 2 is it gave him a gold coin. That should get you where you need to go. A single gold coin. That I didn't really specify then.
Okay. Yeah. So
Unfortunately. Okay.
Yeah, it's a severance pay. It's like, this is all you get. So yeah, that's why the timeline didn't really make sense, but whatever.
I've been wrong before.
Yeah. So have I. So there you go.
Fair enough.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't have a terrible whole bunch I could talk about on this show. I mean, one of my favorite characters. Favorite character? Who's your favorite character?
It's a toss-up, mainly because I don't know enough about the character in question. One of my favorite characters, one of my top two, Camilla. I want to know more about her. She's the wraith that lives in the house. There's got to be some kind of backstory to her.
Oh yeah,
she's got to have some kind of like super elite backstory because she calls herself Queen of the Undead. She seems to attract all other undead to her, and she's able to command them. So, like,
well,
she's got to be strong.
Well, she is strong because during the class that he was sitting in, they talked about wraiths, and they said it's basically if you run into a wraith, you're dead, and there's basically no exception to the rule. And on top of that, it's exceedingly rare to run across one that can talk because that means that they're crazy powerful.
Yeah, and he was able to like just nerf her.
Yeah,
instantly.
Smack.
But like, I feel like she would have been some kind of lich, sorceress. She'd be important 300 years ago. There should be documentation that she was there because I don't believe a nobody would be able to raise themselves to the ranks of a talking wraith and not have some kind of accomplished life.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you. Camilla is my favorite simply because of her personality and everything that she does. It is definitely that. She is definitely top character for me.
My runner-up was the blue-haired girl.
The orc or the wolf?
Yeah. Neither one. The blue-haired with the glasses, the healer.
Oh, the healer. Right. Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. I feel like she had potential to be a great healer, provided the fact that she abandoned the school and went to learn under Zeno.
Yeah.
Zenos.
Right. Here's a talking point for you. Here's something.
Okay.
Something we didn't really touch on, even though I stated it as a genre, right?
Yeah.
Is this, and I'm going to phrase this question to you properly as best as I can. Is this a healer show dressed up as a harem, or is this a harem dressed up as a healer show?
This has got to be a harem dressed up as a healer show because you can't have so many women fighting over you like that and it not be a harem style show.
Yeah. The harem portion of this is definitely very much front and center. You can't watch this and not think immediately, oh, this is a harem. First person he runs into, first episode, the slave girl, she's immediately swooning over him. He saved her and everything, and he's like, I ain't interested in that. But immediately she goes, oh, I will do anything for you. Other people, including Lily, who he saved, and everyone else is immediately, I heal you. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, is there like drugs or love potion or something mixed in there with the healing magic that he's got? Because it's not just them. Literally, it just seems like everyone, the second he heals them, they're like, ooh, yeah, I need a little bit of Zeno in my life.
So I'm guessing it has a lot to do with the strength that he wields, because the three heads of the gangs all are powerful. And I can't imagine they find many people or species who are either at their level or above them. Because, I do view this as a harem, but a harem anime, but there's a very clear hierarchy to their statuses. They're not equal in any way, shape, or form. They clearly view Zenos as someone of a higher status or higher station than them, because they all defer to him.
Yeah.
Like in most instances, they're like, what would Zenos do? Like, well, no, you were a leader of a gang. You were one of the big three in the slums. What do you mean? What would Zenos do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're playing the submissive wife style of Harem on this one. Okay. And then even the only person that kind of goes against that was Camilla.
Yeah.
Because she was just, every time he'd go into a new section of his life or a new story, she would be there narrating the worst possible scenario.
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
And she was also there blatantly stating, I am here to make your life uneasy, annoying as all hell. Yeah. Just, I'm here to cause you problems and you're just not having it. I don't know why, but it's whatever.
Yeah, she was a minor annoyance at best.
Yeah. Which I guess was the draw for her, right? And not only that, you also had all these other people too, and going back to the money aspect of it, right? Because the idea for him is, like, I have to, you heal one person, you're a healer, you do this, blah 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 blah, all the way, it echoes out all the way through. And then he also charges everyone, and it's like, and because it's like, I offered my services basically for free this whole time, I ain't doing it for free ever again. He heals them regardless. And then he goes, you owe me money, but that's not the draw or the thing that people are upset about. So if you think about it, right, the three big girls or whatever it is, oh, we don't want to upset Zenos because he'll have to heal us again. No, money never entered the equation for them. They're just like, oh, he'll get upset that he has to heal us again.
Yeah, I imagine they either don't care about money because they're independently wealthy to begin with,
right?
As the head of the big three in the slums, that's probably close to the case. Or they're like, the hassle of going to get more money to pay this guy.
Yeah, yeah. So, right. One more question for you. Right, we have a couple of people that kind of play at the villains. We have a couple of people where it's like, he is going to be the main focal point. Take the, what's his face? The guy that makes the golem. And yeah. Okay. So you have him, you have all these other people, right? But we never had, and as you know, for a majority of stories, you have one overarching theme, right? Like the demon lord or the this or the that, like this one main point, this one focal point of like, here's everything that is tying it all together. The true ultimate blank. I don't feel like we got that.
No, not at all. Every one of these villains felt like, and there was only maybe three. Yeah. Three might be stretching it.
Four.
They all felt very shallow.
Or if you include his former guildmates or adventurer mates.
I feel like the guildmates were more puppets than they were villains. They were definitely used, but I don't think they were used of their own volition. They were dastardly in the sense that they wanted to ruin Zenos because they felt, at least the leader, felt like Zenos was the root of all their problems.
Yep.
And failures. So he felt like personally slighted, but at the end, he wasn't a villain. He was like a
puppet,
a minion. Yeah, a puppet. So I can't really use him as a villain.
So villains would be the one guy, I can't remember his name, Guile, whatever, something like that. And then who the hell knows what the hell he is. And then you have the aristocrat, and then you have the one teacher. That's basically it. Like there ain't
you would
anyone
really
else.
Count the teacher?
Yeah.
Why?
I would, because, well, first of all, he is very self-centered and has no qualms with literally sacrificing other people. He killed other people to save one person, knowing full well that all those people probably could have still survived had he done just regular healing magic.
100%, I agree with you. I was misunderstanding which teacher you were referring to. I thought you were referring to the teacher who hired Zenos to go undercover and then poisoned everybody. I was like, I don't really see him as an evil guy. And then I do agree that
his whole circumstances was he didn't poison them to try and kill them. He just did it by the guide or whatever his name is. Right?
Yeah.
He's the one that actually did it. He did it by proxy, and he unknowingly administered the poison without realizing it.
Yeah. So I feel like the guide is... He's not dangerous enough in my mind to be like a main big bad guy.
Yeah.
That being said, I think he's a wraith of some kind because he possesses bodies. I don't think he's alive.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does because he has Alfred's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to me. And no, so who was the third? So we got those two.
The aristocrat, the one that the what's his face, the
slaver.
Yeah, he was an aristocrat, had an orphanage. He was actually kidnapping kids and selling them.
Oh yeah, okay. That arc was over so quickly. I didn't see him as a villain, just like a random NPC bad dude.
Yeah, but they had him reintroduced at the end with the one teacher when they were both in jail.
Yeah. Okay. So there's potential.
I mean,
there's definitely potential.
There is, but I mean, if you want to point fingers at like a truly bad or evil character or truly bad thing, I mean, like the magic licensing system for healing people because it's all politicized.
That bad right there. Yeah,
that is 100% politicized in the world.
I can get behind that 100%. But yeah, they really didn't have anybody. Sorry, they didn't really have anybody that I'd be like, "Yep, season 1 villain right there."
Yeah, you didn't
to be resolved at a later point.
Yeah, it basically to me was just an entire system of it exists. He's there.
Yeah. Now what?
Cool. Thank you. Yeah. So I don't know, man. That's all I got. You got any?
Unfortunately,
all right.
No, unfortunately, I'm right there with you. I feel like if we go into any more depth, you wouldn't really want to watch the show because we've covered most of the interesting points.
True. All right. So on a scale of up to 10, sir, how would you rate this?
I'm giving this a 7. It's better than the normal, but it is very generic in a lot of their senses. Actually, no, 6. I'm giving it a 6. I was teetering, but I'm giving it a 6. Again, it's very middling everywhere, but the fact that it didn't really have any structure to their villains kind of takes it down for me. It's a feel-good junk food show. You don't really got to think too hard. You barely got to watch it. Yeah, the bad guys never win. The good guy always wins.
No real struggle.
And it's not, no real struggle. You don't really see him with any real difficulties. He seems to be a master of everything. Now, they did give you a reason for it. They said they showed that his teaching was really, really thorough. And it showed that he had plenty of experience, like hands-on experience in this field. So that's, in my mind, a justification as to why he's as good as he is. However, a little trouble, hardship, struggle probably would have benefited this.
A lot.
Yeah. It just felt like every episode he walked into, he would excel at and did not face any obstacles other than being initially poor.
Yeah. Which was very, very easily rectified pretty dang quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no real reason why his teacher abandoned him.
Yeah.
And really quick, who was the blue-haired kid that was his training partner?
It was another person. From what I remember, it was another person at his orphanage. Before the orphanage
Did we get a resolution on what happened to them?
Yeah, you saw him at the end, standing against a wall, dressed in a suit.
Oh, I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, there you go.
Very anticlimactic.
Right?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm going 5, middle. Straight down the middle.
Okay.
Believe it or not, second time I've actually watched this. It's okay. It's all right. Definitely would could have gone without watching it a second time. Tell you that right now.
Fair enough.
But yeah, five for me, and largely for a lot of the reasons that we already talked about. It's like there's no struggles, no heartache, no this or that. You see him get kicked out, and you hear about his time with the adventurers, like they don't actually say he's a part of an adventurer because he's from the slums. Basically, if you're in the slums, you're permanently in the slums. And he goes, "Oh, I used to have to sleep outside, or they made me sleep outside, or this or that, blah 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 blah." But it didn't seem like it was a big deal to him, like it wasn't a hardship or anything like that. And yeah, the other thing that I have an issue with is just how blatantly blind his former party was. Like,
yeah,
like you have like parts of your armor just gone. You literally walk away completely unscathed. You can feel yourself actively getting hurt. You can see chunks of armor gone. And you think it just happened because you're just that good. It's your self-healing factor, obviously. All right.
Yeah, you're Wolverine. You know that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My apologies. Yeah, 5 for me, 6 for you.
Yeah, 6 for me.
6. All right. Next week, we're going to be talking about Reborn as a vending machine, which was a recommendation from Major Montana. Thank you for the recommendation. And he said the reason why we need to watch it is it's an interesting take on the isekai genre. So I'm game. I'm down.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, why not? Well, that's all the time we have for today. If you feel like we did too much justice and not enough justice or anything like that, feel free to contact us and let us know. All our contact information is in the show notes as well as on our website at featuredanimepodcast.com. You can also join us on Discord and talk to us and hang out with us in there. And then, of course, on stream as well, where we stream majority of our episodes on twitch.tv/featuredanimepodcast. And then, of course, we have some affiliate links for you as well for Crunchyroll. Get yourself a nice free trial or get a discount off their store. Links for you are in the show notes for that. And then let's not forget about Tokyo Treats. Nice, wonderful, delicious treats every single month coming straight to you. If you use our affiliate link along with coupon code Featured Anime, you get $5 off that very first box. And trust me, the treats are worth it. And of course, let's not forget one of the best ways you can support us is by going to patreon.com/featuredanimepodcast. If you go there, $1 a month to get you access to bonus content that we usually post with every episode. And of course, don't forget about some Swinky swag, shop.featuredanimepodcast.com. And until next time, I'm Jack.
And I'm Rick, and we'll see you next time.